you're with this icon, not just a great musician, but a really great teacher in his own way.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're in Santana, and another elder great
Yeah.
teacher, and what a wonderful way to learn how
Well,
to play.
yeah. I mean, that's, I guess that's current terminology is blessed, but or earlier it would be lucky son of a bitch, uh,
Right?
it's all that. Or sometimes I think, oh, maybe that's the way the universe works. If you really need, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need, or kind of thing. And I really needed help, so it's like, oh, we better get him to some really good teachers. So Miles and Carlos, and yeah, I mean, It's funny because those two are very similar.
Well,
You know, e-
Miles, Carlos is a real disciple of Miles. I mean, he
yeah,
learned so much from.
yeah, and he actually always carried on that tradition. I mean, in
With
everything.
Lotus and things like that. That was very much, very, very
always
heavy.
always pushing to be really present in the music, and doing stuff that people may not even like. If you remember the Caravanserai album, it was
Oh,
like,
beautiful.
what? And it's one of my favorite albums.
Oh, it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's you can't really, you cannot, you know, worry too much about what people are going to think, and if you're going to do anything, they're going to take all kind of heat. So did Miles, so did Carlos. So I'll just go through. Play
But then
out,
again,
play
you're
through.
you're talking Carlos now. You're talking about the legacy of bass players: David Brown, Alphonso, Doug Rauch, Stanley Clark, Pablo Tellez, the great Dave Margen, all those guys. I mean, and Carlos again, very very heavy. All those songs are based on bass lines. All his
Yeah,
hits.
yeah, bass and conga, man. That's like
Yeah.
that's it. um, and that was, yeah, again, learned so much from these drummers. That's the other thing. These guys,
Armando.
they always loved great drummers. So for me as a bass player, getting to play with Armando and Raul and Carl, and that's just the percussionists. I mean,
Right.
the drummers that came through. I mean, Horacio Hernandez. I
Mhm.
mean, Dennis Chambers. I mean, it's crazy. Like when I started was Walfredo Reyes Jr.
Mhm.
It's just been a string of great drummers to this day. So
Mhm.
so for a bass player, I learned a lot. Really,
Yeah.
they really keep me on my toes.
Well, how do you have to navigate between all the polyrhythms and all the
Yeah,
changes?
yeah, and a lot of it is from different traditions. The whole
Yeah.
songo and mambo stuff, and it really has been a great training ground for being, trying to be the anchor that everybody needs you to be. So, it's been fun and really harrowing at times, especially when you get all these like insane drummers and percussionists all playing together, and then you got Chester or Dave Matthews, wailing, and you have Carlos going, like like it really focuses you. You're really like, okay, I got to be here and try to
Right.
find that universal one between all of them.
Mhm.
And so it's great.
Yeah. Now, of course, and a lot of David Brown's parts are actually written into the song, so I'm sure you had to do your homework. And there's just some bass
Well, yeah,
motifs you
well,
have to play.
well, in that case, I grew up playing that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I already knew those
All right.
lines. And I actually, even to this day, I revisit a lot of this original recordings because they're perfect bass lines. So, why? And I don't, in some of the songs, in the classic songs, I don't vary it at all.
Yeah.
I try to stick exactly to what he did because it's so elemental. It'd be like trying to cook rice, without water or something. So yeah,